And it's official. As of last night, MiBR is now officially parted ways as Zews has left the team. Now, with his post as well explaining some of the deeper issues inside MiBR, these struggles, I think, will continue for a team, and especially when it comes time for all of us out there who speculate exactly what is going on inside the team. Even a guy like Zews could not fully explain himself. A gigantic move in the CSGO scene, and certainly a huge talking point out there for what the future of this Brazilian roster might be. Now dropping the same coach who was with them ever since their time in LG throughout the poaching scandal with SK. Of course, he took his break to go to Liquid, saw major success, I would say, with all three of those lineups, and then came back to MiBR for the first time in his career, and really nothing happened. No one is denying this. A lot of people have been talking about this for quite some time. This MiBR roster has done nothing gigantic together. Actually, a fun fact for a lot of people who oversee this as well, ever since Zeus did join to coach this roster, they have won 0 events. It comes down to, though, do you blame the players or do you blame the coaching? I don't mind this change because certainly something had to change in this roster for them to improve, or at least, you know, something to happen. I think a lot of us can assume, though, that we didn't think this would be the change they would be making. Even Zeus himself thinks a major roster change or something major to change is needed in this roster for something to turn around. He himself actually made that statement, and so it kind of all comes down to, with them now removing the coach, wherever Zeus might go, there's been rumors of him potentially going back to Liquid to maybe see some more success with a better and higher potential roster. Who knows? And again, Liquid has been very stagnant with their results as well. I can certainly see it being a possibility, or at least in the realm of which. I'll read you guys off a paragraph, thanks to Raul on Twitter for translation as well. And it's a very, very eerie statement, I would say, from a guy like Zeus, who maybe does not see the future of MiBR being much different unless they make a major change, which might be the reason why he left, because seemingly he wanted one, and they're not going to make one besides getting rid of him. As he actually states in this paragraph here, I would like to say that I believe that the problems of MiBR will be closer to being solved, but unfortunately, I do not know if I believe this to be the case. The problems experienced here are more complex, heavy, and rooted than they appear, and in my view, all solutions tend to be more complex as well, requiring a major change in the roster and or culture, and I'm not here to make excuses, much less create intrigue. I assume my fault, but at the same time, I have to analyze the situation completely in order to get the right learning of this situation and continue to evolve as a professional. So certainly when you hear those words, he thinks a gigantic or a major change is required for the roster or their culture. Let's assume the culture thing's not going to happen. We can maybe assume the roster thing is not going to happen. They seem to be pretty pleased where they're at right now, at least what they've told all of us. With the major being delayed, though, is there a better time for a roster change? I have no idea, but certainly at face value, this seems like a troublesome thing. You understand the change because a big change, as Zeus even says, is needed. Is that a coaching change? Is that a player change? Is it a culture change? I think the team probably knows best what they can do in the future. They have several months to try and figure this out, but certainly as well, is this the last year of MiBR to make a comeback before they become a Virtus Pro-like title? That's the giant question going forward. Now, speaking of going forward, it seems that other teams out there that have not made changes and maybe could be making some changes, that being Vitality alongside ENCE, everyone's going bald. It reminds me of my flashback days to charity streams of shaving your heads. I don't know if these two teams, especially of which I would say Vitality with Masuda, have, you know, Masuda's been a struggling character, albeit unproven, very young, still has time to maybe mesh with this roster a bit better, and certainly ENCE. When you got players tweeting out this after you finally win a series, it's no shock to anyone that this team is also struggling ever since their changes. Maybe they're shaving their heads because they want to start anew, want to start fresh, which I'm not going to knock on, you know? And I wish both these teams the best of luck competing and going forward in ESL Pro League, which we'll certainly be talking about more in the future as well. Speaking about ESL Pro League, guys, a matchup between North and Complexity was a bit of a throwback. If you guys remember G2 seemingly refused to actually defuse the bomb. North, they just couldn't find it.
Doesn't spot anyone around this area, so ENCE should be a massive concern for him. And Molly should go to the hood and get a bomb plant safe. 8 seconds, he's got to move. I'm not going to use the molly, in fact, just going straight down for the bomb plant. That is very brave. And they think it's B? Oh, no, that's going to cost him so much time. And with the HP, he will have heard one of those players running towards ENCE, maybe even dropping down. And if this door is open, I think the round is done. Are they still down there? They still think it's B.
No idea, man.
Oh, they've lost.
No idea. All right, GG. Can we call them North now?
Can we cut the stream? I don't want. Oh, this is embarrassing for them.
They're nading dark just in case.
Oh, they're looking out. They still haven't realized. Yeah, I'll defuse.
Did
I'll
they
stick
realize
to
now?
defuse.
They're like, where's the bomb? I can hear typing in chat. All right, that was well played,
GGs.
Poison. Nice clutch coming in. 16-8 is the.
And jokes aside, guys, remember when North got rid of their previous coach as well, and they gave him the funeral on Twitter? It was really, really eerie, and it was kind of cool, though, at the same time. Like, you kind of want every esports org to give a funeral to every player or coach they let go. And now, ever since then, their social media has been pretty good, even given the current circumstances, the struggles with, not being able to find the bomb, which I do think if 2 teams out there of the top tier in CSGO can't find a bomb on Nuke, maybe the sound needs a bit of reworking. Either way, North is doing some great things on social media besides their own personal rebrand. Until next time, I hope you guys all enjoy breaking down CSGO esports gaming news every single day that I possibly can. If you guys have a story, my DMs are always open. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Drink your coffee. Drink your water. Okay. Farewell. I'll see you back here sometime soon.